Ladies and gents, and welcome back to the cold, dark waters of the South China Sea as we continue the South China Sea campaign. And once again, we are just south of Taiwan, and once again, China really doesn't want us getting anywhere near their landing fleet. We have had another submarine force intercept us, so we already know this is not our mission objective. It's just a matter of working out what it is they've thrown at us this time. So, ambient noise in the water, we have 86 decibels, we have a weak duct at just over 200 feet, 220 feet to be exact, and a weak layer. Right. So, Sierra 2 is moving away from us. We'll have a look and see if we can nail its signature first. What have we got here? I reckon that's a trawler. That'll be a trawler. So Sierra 1 heading towards us is likely a submarine. Possible Romeo.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Range to target 8.4 kiluyards. Speed 8 knots. And yep, we have confirmed it is a Romeo. Nothing else in the water that we can see. Depth target is above the layer, so we are going to proceed to 250 feet.
Depth 250 feet, dive by.
Since it's closing in, Romeos are not exactly the loudest boats in the world. Not exactly the, don't exactly have the best hearing, rather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a right-hand turn here.
4, helm I.
It's still at just under 9 kiluyards. And it's, oh, they're just proceeding just below. Alright, pull up at 200.
Make depth 200 feet, dive by.
Alright, we might be good.
Come right to.
Might be good about there.
63, helm I.
Alright, so what I'm trying to do is turn the submarine so that the hull is blocking the torpedo tubes. So when I launch these torpedoes, we're on the other side of a layer, we're in a duct. It's only a weak layer and a weak duct, but still a little bit's a little bit. And we've got the body of the submarine. So the actual sound that's presented to the Romeo will be like this. So the body of the submarine, or the hull of the submarine, will actually block the tubes and prevent the sound, or at least some of the sound, of the torpedo's launch transit from making it to the Romeo. So we should be able to get a torpedo out, and then bring it out and around without being detected. Now I haven't actually got the towed array out yet, so we're about to find out if there's another submarine in the area. Alright, launching tube 1.
Shoot tube 1, aye sir.
Tube away, no counterfire. Cool. Alright, she did not hear the launch. So we're just going to hold direction and let the torpedo swim away a little. So yeah, from her perspective, she's to there. Yeah, that would have been the profile of the submarine that she actually had. So we used the body of the submarine to block the torpedo launch. It's normally not something I need to concern myself with, but usually when I fire, I try and make sure I'm far enough away. But noise is not high. It's not as low as I've seen it, but it's pretty quiet at the moment in the ocean, and we've only got a weak duct and a weak layer. Now the Romeo, yeah, not great hearing, but still you don't take unnecessary risks. Well, you try not to anyway. I tend to take a lot of unnecessary risks, but that's just me. Not today, though. I just want to take this one out in one torpedo and be done with it. Now we're going to drop the towed array. I just want to see if there's anything else out there. I don't suspect there will be. We've sunk so many submarines at the moment, I suspect this will be our last one in the area, and I'm pretty sure we have a surface fleet directly to the north. Hopefully, that one is our mission objective. Right, we have turned torpedo onto target. We're just above the layer. I'm going to go active now. So torpedo is now live. We'll just bring it into range. Actually, we'll continue on course for the moment. Just head directly to the west and see whether or not we can swing it straight into the rear of the Romeo. Little bit further. There we go, that should do. It's not going to be directly into the rear, but it'll be enough. Alright, torpedo has match depth.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
And acquired.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 275. Contact breaking up.
Right, so one target sunk. It was just the Romeo, 1,830 tons, 7,320 experience points, and that leaves us with 14 Mark 48s, 2 anti-ship missiles, and 1 MOS remaining. So that was nice and clean. Now let's see whether or not we can actually get this surface fleet now. Yeah, unfortunately this was not your mission objective. Yeah, we know this.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 307. Designated Sierra 3.
All right. So, we are a little bit further up the coast from where we are before, still south of Taiwan, but we're on the very edge of the shallows here at the moment. Let's check our current stats. We have dipping sonar in the water here. It's 88 decibels, no layer, no duct. Right. Now we have 3 targets located. I'm going to get a towed array out. And for the moment, actually, no, we'll just keep holding course. This is Sierra 4. This is not a bad angle for the towed array, and it keeps the nose away for our torpedoes. The only issue we've got at the moment is the screws are somewhat exposed.
Sonar, new contact bearing 277. Designated Sierra 6.
Alright, so we're looking at surface shipping.
Contact bearing 277. Designated Sierra 7.
That is very likely a SOV.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Right, is there anything else that lines up with that? Nope. We've lost 7. 6 does not. Okay, so 1 SOV. New targets. We'll leave this on submarine for the moment. We better check through the lot, because there is likely to be a submarine in here somewhere. Yuting LST, that is likely our target.
Is classified as
Sierra 3 is about to get an auto identifier. It's a trawler, okay. Now there should be multiple Yutings.
Con sonar.
another one.
Sierra 6 is classified as merchant.
Nope. Nope. Unsure about Sierra 2. We've got at least 2 Yutings. Alright, so reset on surface shipping.
Con sonar. Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Qiongsha.
Con sonar. Sierra 5 is classified as merchant.
So 2 Yutings of Qiongsha. Sierra 8. What are you going to be? It's a
Con
Chengdu.
sonar. Sierra 8 is classified as escort.
And Sierra 4. It looks like we got a straight set of surface targets here. Looks like a Yukan.
Con sonar. Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
Alright, so range to the Yukan, it's the closest target that we got a confirmation on, 22.7 kiloyards, and everything is approaching in our direction, which is not surprising. Their landing zone is over here somewhere, so we've caught them right before they're about to land. So we are going to go
Shoot
1.
2-1. Aye, sir. Shoot
2.
2-2. Aye, sir. Shoot
3.
2-3. Aye, sir. Shoot
And 4, and I'm going to let them
Aye,
run
sir.
out a little bit and then bring them down underneath the fleet for a side attack. So it'll just take a little bit to get these torpedoes into position as we identify the rest of this fleet, which looks like it's pretty nicely grouped up. Sierra 7 is likely in the back of the pack
lost
here.
Contact. Sierra 8. Last bearing 2.
That's
7
interesting.
0. Contact faded.
It's likely turned towards us, so its own hull is sort of covering the sound of the screw if it's being quiet. It's the ambient in the water.
Con sonar. New contact
still not
bearing
high.
2 7 8. Designated Sierra 9.
Alright, so we have received 2 new targets. 79, 84. We're about to get an auto update on Sierra 10, and we've got a Sierra 9 in the background. We'll see if we can nail it before... Oh, that's really close.
Con sonar. Sierra 1 0 is classified as escort.
It's a Luhu. Alright, so what is 9 in the back? Yeah, I think it's another Yuting.
Con sonar. Sierra 9 is classified
Again,
as
it will
merchant.
be probably about, somewhere around there. In the back of the pack. Alright, so that's 4 escorts. And 5 landing craft. Or invasion craft. That's alright. We've got 4 torpedoes in the water. We'll go straight for the landing craft. This is far enough out. The Luhu is still 24 kiloyards out. So we're doing a pretty long shot with the torpedoes. We've actually had them in transit for quite some time at the moment. This is going to be a near or approaching maximum range attack, but that's okay. We can hit them from the south. Yeah, we'll hit them from the south. So we should extend the movement of all of these. The only issue we might have is we may need to lob a missile fairly quickly because we're going to be 1 torpedo short of our target. So we're going to have to get that last Yuting out pretty quickly. The rest of the escorts we'll deal with as we need to. Alright, torpedoes are reasonably close now, so we're going to start turning them north and getting ready to send them active. They're already set to surface running. And we are going to need a lot of manual control on these because the torpedoes are going to get fairly twisted up with one another. As they do, we're going to have to make sure they separate onto individual targets. It looks like the fleet has definitely detected something. They're starting to go evasive, and all of our targets are starting to turn north. So, yeah, this is fine. This is sort of what we were expecting. They're either turning because the trawler's coming in and the fleet's reacting to the trawler. Poor guy, he's about to get a hell of a show. Or they're turning because they've detected the torpedoes. However, if they have detected the torpedoes, none of them have done anything but the maneuvering here at the moment. So, it remains to be seen. Right, all torpedoes are now active. Look at that fan. Right in between the two escorts. Yeah, at this point they've got to have heard the torpedoes. They have to have heard the torpedoes. Alright, so it looks like this Yukan is going to be the one that's actually going to have a reasonable chance of surviving here. Once it gets clear of the Sov, I might even put a missile up. Current depth is 600. We will bring ourselves up to 200 feet once our first salvo of torpedoes has hit targets. And that's just to get the shots on the Yukan. Then we'll dive for 1,000 feet and we'll actually run. It looks like we have sonar buoys in the water. So we have fixed wings operating in the area now, which is good. They're dropping sonar buoys over there, so they have no idea where we are. Actually, that's probably a good reason not to put a missile up if they're doing... if they've got fixed wings.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Cool. Alright, so 3 is good. It's got the
Fire
Yuting.
control, weapon acquired.
1, I want you to go north. We'll let everything else... Ooh. 2 and 4 may be tracking Sierra 6. I might have to turn 2 off to go after the Qiongsha. But 3's good. I don't need to worry about 3. 3's going for Sierra 9, which is perfectly fine. There's not actually much else to do here at this point. Looks like the Sov just fired torpedoes. So it's lobbing torpedoes into the water, into the center of the group. They're not going to hit anything. Also fired a torpedo off this way. That may... We're getting active pings on our location.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 290.
They may have lobbed a torpedo at us. It's possible we could have been detected by active then. Get past the Sov. Get past the countermeasure. Alright. On Sierra 7, we're going to go to Torpedo 2. Torpedo 2, we're going to turn away. Yuting's about to go down. Shame we can't watch on the surface because we've got to manually guide these torpedoes. But first...
Sonar lost contact.
Oh!
Sierra
Simultaneous
9,
hits!
last bearing 285. Contact breaking up.
That was perfect.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7, last bearing 291. Contact breaking up. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 290. Contact breaking up.
Well, I think the invasion of Taiwan may have been cancelled. Let's reload troops. Now, I've got to get one up to the Yukan. While we are reloading, I'm going to change our direction. We're actually going to turn right back on our own path, do a 180, and start heading back up towards the north, just so we stop opening the distance so much on the Yukan. And we're going to send the next wave of torpedoes, excluding one, which we're going to send down here to the Chengdu, because it's just a little too close. We're going to send them up, take out the Luhu on the way through, and the Yukan, and these will be our next targets. So we'll reset there. And then I guess we'll have one ship left that'll be the winner. We may send the missile against the Yukan left, but if they've got fixed wings up, dropping sonar buoys, I don't want to leave a smoke trail, because they will absolutely start dropping sonar buoys on our location, and everything that has a rocket that can deliver a torpedo will start bombarding this area with them. And I don't really want to play that game today. Alright, we have completed the 180. We have 2 tubes loaded, so we're going to send 2 torps.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Straight down our new heading.
Con, fire control, we've lost
That is not what we wanted. God damn it. Of course we lost a wire. So that second torpedo is just going to go live out here in the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, it's not going to be in any position where it's going to cause us any issues. Alright, so torpedo 3 is loaded. We'll fire it instead.
Shoot tube 3.
Alright,
Aye,
so
sir.
tube 1 and tube 3 are under guidance. Going to run them long, and then they will turn in. One will go after the Yukan. It's going to be sketchy whether or not we'll get a torpedo to her, although we should be good, I think. She's not that fast. She's only doing 16 knots, and she's only 25 kiloyards away, so it's a long shot, but it should still well be within range. It's not a problem. It's not like she's doing 30 knots, where if she's starting from 25 kiloyards away and can do 30 knots, she'll likely outrange our torpedoes. So I think she's fine. And the Luhu will likely turn back as things have stopped exploding, and it'll start investigating. So we'll pick it up on the way through. Alright, next torpedo. We're going to use torpedo 2 to go south to the Chengdu. We'll send another one.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
Tube 4 can go... Actually, no, we've got 2 going for the Luhu. No, we'll send the third one north as well. And tube 2 can go down to the Chengdu. So it'll be launched so it goes down to about here, and then I will turn it so it goes this way. So if the Chengdu retaliates, its shots are coming down this way. The attack vector looks like it's coming off. Again, as always, try and hide where you're actually firing these from.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Alright.
Shoot tube 2. Aye,
Clear
sir.
away. This one. The others all went that way. This one will turn around, and we'll take it down and then turn it back on the Chengdu on a frontal attack. And that should... Well, to the appearance of these guys, it could look like there's multiple submarines attacking them. They have no idea where the attack is actually coming from. Alright, we are starting to split off our torpedoes now. The Chengdu seems to be aware of something is going on. It's done a 180, although its speed is only 6 knots. So torpedo 2's turning in. Torpedo 1 has already been set to cross the Luhu's trail and then activate, although we may activate it early. 3 will be our next. And it's actually about to activate, so we will let it do so. Because it's going straight for the Luhu, and I want it to close as quickly as it can. And then 4... I'm going to send completely west. And see if we can get it up here and get the Jianghu. That just leaves the Sov down here, which is relatively close, and we can hit it. Actually, should be relatively safe to get Torpedo 1 past the Luhu. I think it's far enough forward it'll never detect, so we might activate Torpedo 1 now as well. Remember, once we activate them, their actual travel time shrinks right down. So there's only 12 minutes on this torpedo now. We have 12 minutes to get it to the Yukan, but it is significantly faster now as well. So 3 will intercept relatively soon. Whoa, okay, that's close. That's real close. 2. Go active. Straight for the Chengdu. Shit. We might have to plan this attack. We might be doing torpedo beats here. Right, that should get us an intercept, and I haven't got any of these set to surface run, so that was dumb. That sounded like another torpedo. Right, so 3, that should be fine. 1. That should intercept safely. 2 torpedoes at location. Alright, I am going to... I only have 1 MOS. I am going to fire a MOS that crosses these 2. Should I... If I do any turns, I run the risk of breaking the wire. Go down to 1,000 feet.
1000.
All stop.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Yeah, go down to test depth, as deep as we can go, and just shut down the engines. So far, the torpedoes haven't noticed us. We won't let the... Yeah, won't let the MOS go out yet. We may need it. I have to sort of run the risk of being detected by these torpedoes because I can't afford these wires to be broken. Next time we may not get another crack at this Yukan, and we need it at the very least to complete the mission. Right, so we're sending
fire control, weapon acquired.
All right, cool. Torpedo 3 has acquired the Luhu. Torpedo 2 has 10 minutes remaining. It's closing on the Chengdu, so it's good. Time left on Torpedo 1, 9 minutes. Torpedo 4 still has 21 running in navigation mode. Yeah, we got helicopters
Con
right
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 343.
Right, Luhu's down. And we've got helicopters right above us with dipping sonar here at the moment, and these torpedoes are frigging close. They gotta be running out of fuel soon. Yeah, looks like we got a sonar buoy and dipping sonar right on top of us. Alright, Torpedo 2 has required the Chengdu. Torpedo 1. 6 minutes remaining, and the Yukan is just about acquired. Yes, Yes, that's what I want to hear. That's the sound of torpedoes exploding in the water. That'll deafen their dipping sonar. Just gotta hope the other one explodes. Well, that was another explosion detonating. Was that the...
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 260. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8,
Chengdu is
last
down.
Bearing 260. Contact breaking up.
Oh. There goes the other torpedo. Cool, let's get out of tests. Oh. We're up to 900, so I feel a little bit more comfortable. And torpedo 1 should be about to acquire the Yukan. And the Jianghu has stopped running. It is now starting to turn back.
Con,
This is
fire
good.
control, weapon acquired.
Alright, torpedo 1 has acquired. We have 5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining on the torpedo, and it is right on target. And that's the last one that matters. Anything else here is just a bonus. So I'm going to run 4 up past the tail of Sierra 4 to intercept the Jianghu. This is the most important torpedo because this is the completion of the mission.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 4, last bearing 315. Contact breaking up.
Right, that was the mission maker. So now, reload tube 1. We do have a small issue here. But I am going to go active on torpedo 4. That gives 8 minutes on torpedo 4 to intercept the Jianghu, which I don't think will be an issue. But that does give us a small problem because we still have a dipping sonar on the surface and we've still got the Sov. Alright, torpedo 4 is tracking Jianghu.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 299.
Yep, expected. Noisemakers deployed. That's fine. We'll take manual control to bring the torpedo in past those. Still got a nice clear spot on them at the moment. The disadvantage of the ambient noise in the area being so low is it makes it harder for us to hide, but at the same time makes it really easy for us to see them. Surface ships in particular. Two minutes and 42 seconds remaining on torpedo.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 2.
And yep, drops another noisemaker, so that's fine. We'll just swing it over this way, reacquire past the noisemaker, and that should be the end of it. Looks like just over 2 minutes to spare on the torpedo.
Con sonar lost contact.
Boom.
Sierra 2, last bearing 298.
Reload tube.
Contact breaking up.
Now, we have the Sov. It's the last target remaining. And that's a nasty piece of kit. That's what would have fired the those 2 torpedoes at us before. She is a nasty piece of work.
At 900 feet, dive by.
Still got dipping sonar all over us here at the moment.
Come left to 219.
Still can't believe how accurate that bloody sonar boy is. We should be able to nearly see it. Can't spot it on the surface, but it's they damn near on top of us. Well, I imagine they're going to have trouble triangulating us now because, well, they've lost everything but the Sov. Alright, dipping sonar is out. I'm going to fire the torpedo. Now we're going to go straight underneath the dipping sonar and just see what happens.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Almost straight away, Hedgehog's coming in. The towed array just sort of floating in the water there. Right, the Hedgehogs fell short though, so they don't have range. Dipping sonar in the water. That's fine. Just going to let the torpedo run. We still have countermeasures available, so all we've got to do is let the torpedo run, take out the Sov, and then we can just very quietly put ourselves on about 2 or 3 knots and just head north. Alright, torpedo's just north of the Sov. We'll turn it on to target now and set it active. We are set to surface run. Torpedo 1 live. It should pick up the Sov straight away. We will just check. Yeah, it's already coming to the surface.
Con, fire control, weapon
And
acquired.
torpedo acquired. Heading straight for the bow. This will take out the last active sonar at the very least. And then we'll just have to dodge the helicopters and the sonar boys to actually escape the area, and that's going to take a while. There's a few out here at the moment.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 262. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 262. Contact breaking up.
Alright, there we go. Look at that enemy engage list. So we got the Sov, the Luhu, the Jianghu, the Chengdu, the Yukan, the Qiongsha, and 3 Yutings. 36,700 tons. We have 4 Mark 48s remaining, all of them in the tubes. 2 anti-ship missiles, 1 still loaded, and 1 MOS. So it's time for us to go back to base, I think. 57,340 experience gained and crew proficiency increased. Well, I would bloody think so. Mission update. Great job. Pleased to hear the expected invasion of... I really don't know how to pronounce that place. The invasion of Taiwan has been repelled. Stand by for additional orders. Gotcha! Taiwan, a massive coordinated Chinese sea base landing has been repelled. The DoD spokesman says a combination of hard fighting by defending troops and prior significant weakening of the invasion force by US naval units. Australian, but anyways. At least Allied coalition NATO, pick one. Contributed to averting disaster and defeat. According to an analyst, the ability for the US to contain enemy and prevent the opening of new fronts will be a major factor in the outcome of the war. Only by keeping the front line focused on new territories will Western allies have any hope of success. Tactical situation. Return immediately to Guam, Northern Marianas for repairs and to replenish stores. Yes, that is exactly what I will be doing. Thank you very much. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed this one. No medal, actually, I just realised. Yeah, no medal. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. Cold Waters will be returning in the next episode, and until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, Take care.